Hello everyone, and welcome to Sweet Stitches Quilt Shop. Today is First Friday Demonstration Day. Won't you join me over at the cutting table? Hi everyone, I'm Joan, and this is Sweet Stitches Quilt Shop First Friday Demonstration Day for January 2023. Today we are going to see some projects that I finished up at the very end of 2022 that I want to share with you, and then a couple of new projects too. So first I wanted to show you the quilt behind me and tell you what that is, because every time I make a video everyone wants to know what's the quilt that's hanging behind you, and sometimes I forget to tell you. So the quilt hanging behind me is called Stars for Carter. It is a booklet by Lavender and Lime. It has two different colorways that you can choose from, one with color, one with more neutrals, and we decided to go with kind of a neutral palette with a little bit of yellow just to add a little bit of sparkle to it. We love the different grays in here, and if you're a newer quilter, it's great for practicing star points. There's lots of different stars in here, and you're going to make two of each of the different stars that are in the booklet. And so this is Stars for Carter, and it is by Lavender and Lime. One of the first projects that I finished up during the end of 2022, right before the Christmas holiday, was this wall hanging. It's called My Woolly Snowman. And I would show you the pattern for it, but we've sold out of all of them at our sale here. We're going to have more in the shop in the next couple of days. But he's a super cute pattern to make. Lots of fun, easy to do. You're making him in sections so it's not overwhelming. And he was a lot of fun to free motion quilt. So I did a lot of swirl patterns, anything that looks like, you know, the blowing winter day. Lots of fun to do though. You'll have to check this one out. So another little cutie we have here is Winter Cardinal. It's a sweet little wall hanging. It could be a mug rug, a little placemat, but it's just a cute little plump cardinal with some black and white to really show off the red. Fun, easy pattern, and it's called it's by Blooming Minds, and it's called Winter Cardinal. Last month I showed you the book, The Joyful Stitcher. I made this table runner, and I finished it up right before Christmas, just in time for the table. This is their ornaments table runner, and you can see some of them look like they're hanging upside down. That's so everybody on both sides of the table get to see the ornaments hanging. Really fun, easy, big pieces to applique. These were machine appliqued, and then I'd use some of my decorative stitches to make the string that holds the bulbs. So lots of fun to do, and we love the little stripe binding to go along with it. So that's out of the Joyful Stitcher. And then I also have two pillows that I made. I talked about making them, and I hadn't had them put together yet, but these went together really fast. They are made with flannel background and then wool appliques. And so these are both out of the Joyful Stitcher too. You can see them here on the back cover. I have all of them. This one is like a little rose kind of posy pillow. And then this one is holly with some writing on it. And the writing you just kind of trace with an erasable pen. And then I just stitched it out by following the line with a decorative stitch that I have on my Janome M7. It's called a hand stitch look. It kind of has like this little pearl kind of bead look to it, instead of stitching it by hand, which I don't have time for these days. So it looks really cute, and these will make great little pillows for on the couch or in a little chair, and they're nice and cozy because they're made out of flannel and wool. So these are out of the Joyful Stitcher. Great book, and there's lots. It's not just for Christmas things. There are lots of summertime flowers, all kinds of different things in this book. So if you like applique, this is definitely one to get. And my last finish for 2022 was this quilt from last month's video. We did a theme of True Blue we talked about how the color blue is coming back into style again. It was out for a while and aqua was in, but now we have more blues in the shop. We see more and more of it coming out. So this is a quilt made out of all batik fabrics, and the pattern is called Jelly Squares, and it is from Peachtree Patterns. They're these cute little postcard patterns that have very simple instructions, easy to follow, simple pieces, 2.5-inch strips and 4.5-inch squares. So you can use a charm pack and a jelly roll if you have it, but just a great easy lap quilt to make for your couch or for a friend. So last month I told you we do have more blues in the shop now, some really great ones coming out, and one of the ones that we really loved is from Wilmington Fabrics. It is called Indigo Splash, and it's got some fun prints in it that kind of look like shibori, kind of Japanese hand-dyed fabrics. And so this is a pattern called Simplish, and it's very easy to put together. And if you purchase the fabrics to make this quilt, the pattern is free from Wilmington Fabrics. It's all printed up here, and you can use their charm packs or you can use the yardage that we have here in the shop too. So really easy to put together, nice big size, and it would look great in lots of different colors, as you can see from the pattern. So this one might be one to give a try and maybe make something blue this year. And so the next quilt I have here was Darla's last finish of the year. It is called Reminiscence. It is a pattern by Doug Lecco. It's very easy to do. It's got a lot of flying geese to it, but it really makes it the whole pattern worth it. You use a big print for the main blocks, and then the geese kind of wrap around the blocks. A little bit of sashing in between all the different blocks just to kind of space it out so you can really see the colors. In the pattern, you get more than one pattern, so you get 3 different quilt patterns in one. So it's also a great buy. So this is going to be on the class calendar for January, but we'll have the patterns here in the shop and the fabrics, of course, because her color choices are just beautiful. The pattern is called Reminiscence by Doug Lecco, and this one was made by Darla. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next month, February, where I'll have lots of projects that I'm just going to love to show you. Have a good day, everybody.